In this video, we're going to look at how to create links for your website. Creating a link is simply taking one of the pages that you've created and joining it or connecting it to another page. So when you click on something, it will take you to that page. The best time to complete your links is at the end, when you have finished all of the work that you want to complete for each page. So to start with, I'm going to open up all of the pages that I've created. So I'm going to click on Open, and I'm going to select my index page. I'm going to open my history page, and I'm also going to open my gallery. I'm going to go back to my index page because that's my first page. And what you want to do before you actually link is you want to publish each individual page. Now, we haven't used publish before. It's the button next to your preview button. And what publish does is it takes your WYSIWYG file, to the file that you're looking at right now, and makes it so that way you can actually see it on the internet or see it as a web page. So imagine what you see when you preview, but this will actually keep it permanently. So I'm going to click on the publish button, and it's going to now ask me, where do I want to actually publish this page? So in other words, where do I want to save it? So I'm going to click edit, and you'll see two little dots here. When you click on those dots, it will ask, well, where do you want to save it on your entire computer? I want to publish each page in my WYSIWYG folder. So I'm going to click the drop down and go to My Documents. And everybody should have their WYSIWYG folder in My Documents if you save the page like you were told to at the beginning in one of the first videos. So I've gone to My Documents. I'm going to scroll down to WYSIWYG. I'm going to click on that folder, and I'm going to say OK. So you'll see now it's saying that it's going to be published to the Documents WYSIWYG folder. I'm going to say OK again, and now I'm going to click the Publish button. And WYSIWYG tells me that it has successfully published. Now, another way I can know that that has actually worked is I can open up that folder. So I'm going to go to Start, Documents, WYSIWYG, and you'll notice now that I have two index pages. One is a .wbp, which is the WYSIWYG file, and one is .html, which is an internet file. So if I double click on this, it won't open up in WYSIWYG, it'll open up in my internet browser, which in this case is Firefox. And there's my page. So I need to publish all of the pages. So I'm going to go back to WYSIWYG, and I'm going to go to my history page. I'm going to click Publish. What you'll find is once you've edited once and said you want to publish into the folder, the My Documents folder, you'll see that that is the default one now, so it's saved. So I don't have to go through all those steps again. I'm simply just going to say publish because it's already in the folder I want. So publish, and I'm going to go to my last one, which was my gallery, and I'm going to publish. And when I go back to the folder, I will see that every one of those pages now has a .html. You have to have these pages, otherwise you cannot link any of your sites. Okay, so let's do our first link. I'm going to, in my gallery page, do a simple text link to my index page. So I'm going to type in, click on the text box, and I'm going to type index and history. We'll do two links. Now to create the link, all I simply need to do is highlight it and click the link button. That is at the top right hand corner of your page. So I've highlighted index, I'm going to click link. Now to do the links, the steps are generally the same no matter what type of link you do. So for text, it's going to ask you what type of link is it. We're linking to a website. And all you need to do is find where you saved the file. So I'm going to go to Browse for a file, and you'll notice that the default goes into the WYSIWYG folder, and I'm simply going to click on my index.html page, which is the page you published, and click Open. It then asks for a target. Now, target means the way the page will open. You can select an option that will mean the page opens in a new window or a new tab, and you can play around with those. I'm just going to leave the rest and click OK. You'll notice now that index becomes underlined. That tells me that it's linked. I'm going to double click back inside, go to history and do the exact same thing. Link, browse for a file, and I'm going to select history. Open, OK. Now before I test this, I need to follow these same steps just to make sure it's going to work. I'm going to firstly save my page because I've made changes. I've added in index and history, so I'm going to save and I'm going to republish my gallery page. So I'm going to publish that page again, and that will simply just overwrite the old one. Once I've done that, to test that my link actually works, I need to open the page like I would for the website. So I need to go back to my WYSIWYG folder, and I need to double click on my gallery.html page. Don't test this in preview because sometimes the preview won't work. You should always go to the main file. So I'm going to double click my gallery, and when that opens, I'm going to click on index, and you'll notice that it goes to my index page. I'm going to click back, and now I'm going to click on history, and it goes to my history page. So those are my first two links, and they both work. In the next video, we'll look at creating different links with different types of menu buttons and things like that. But that there is simply a text link using the link button on some text. The important thing to remember is that every page must be published first, and when you create your link, resave and republish the page you've made the changes on. If you do not do that, it will not work when you actually go to test it.